Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching this Visco in Tokyo, coming at you with some more Gravity Rush 2, Raven's Choice. I am excited. I mean, I am excited. Since that's not any kind of lie there. Want to see where this is going. I do also want to get onto the mod view, so give me a moment. Also, these headphones are just... well, headset? The headset seems to want to be very variable as far as how loud it's gonna be. So probably gonna have to dicky around with that a little bit. You know how it goes. You gotta dicky around with stuff a little bit. But I think that we got this down, so let's get back in Raven's Choice. We need to get some memories without being stopped by a couple of jerk faces. I think that's what we're doing. We're avoiding jerk faces, basically, and probably we don't want to accidentally temporally displace and or kill any of the people around us? It's all very confusing. I'm very confused. That's okay. I don't mean to yawn. How did I come to this? I'm having trouble maintaining my form. This is probably problems. Okay. No, let's get to the cutscene again. That's cool. That's cool. I like cutscenes. The Dude of Light is just so utterly try-hard. I mean, the Lady of Darkness is also pretty try-hard, but like she's try-hard in different and slightly more acceptable ways.
Oh, you vale.
I mean, who hasn't felt like that, honestly? I would like those disgusting humans to leave me alone as well. Okay, we gotta just... we know... Spiderhead child, we know that we need to obtain our memories. Okay. I can see one, it's right over there. This is a memory. Oh, wait, where? Wait, they just stopped me. I hate that. Memories are the ones from when I left Sancho behind and became Raven. And after you met the other shifter, you still need to remember, find the rest of your memories. I mean, that sounds, I'm down with that. There's another memory. Okay, see, I'm trying to not get stopped by the jerk faces because that will cause us to not get a trophy, but I'm not sure like what constitutes being stopped by said jerk faces. Like, I mean, is it just getting tagged by them, or is it actually, do we have to fight? Oh wait, that's a jerk face! Hive, how you doing? I just barely dodged that jerk face, and I love it. It felt very good. I feel very, you know, like, that was a cool thing that just happened. Oh, crumbs. Oh, I fudged that. Okay. Okay. Get the memory. Des! Back in a few minutes, walk around the pool so the Wi-Fi's a bit dodgy and no headphones. Hive, could you say hello to Des for me? Because I can't type right now. Oh, wait, where am I? Okay, that's a jerk face. Also, Alice, a pleasant evening and a good day to you. I hope that you are very well. I'm trying not to get, to get tagged here. Because nobody wants to be tagged. Like, that's just... If you're tagged on Twitter, you're probably fucked in some way. Oh wait, this isn't Twitter though. Okay, but I mean, Raven is a bird, so... I mean, she's a double bird. Honestly, if we're gonna go with that, I think that the devs knew exactly what they were doing. They're like, we'll call her Raven, and we'll give her a bird, because she's a fucking bird. I'm assuming here, for sake of argument, that the devs are Australian. Where is the... Oh, I can see it. I can see it. I saw the memory. Oh fuck. Okay, Jerkface. Jerkface, I need you to fuck off all the way into the sun. There we go. Yosh! That should be a trophy. Raven does not want to wake up with RKGK scrawled on her. Wait, what? Who is RKGK? I feel like that's a... Is that a thing that I should know? Should I know that thing? Also, I hope this is not the end of Chapter 5, because that would make a very short chapter. I should know. Oh god! It's not Rocket from the Crypt. That's clear. Oh, Rakugaki! I didn't know you could just call it RKGK.
Raven.
I should have known that. I guess? You have the power you need to claim the elements of light and darkness. Does that mean we get to fight? The world can't exist without light and darkness. We won't be so easy to control. The great and powerful creator thrown in with humans. Really now? I'm disappointed in you. We're all disappointed. No, you're super cool. Hype, don't worry about it. I got confused. It happens all the time. Raven, hurry. We need their power to put everything back into place. This better not be a time mode. Hold touchpad while Raven's Phoenix power is full to transform into the Phoenix. While in Phoenix mode, Raven will recover health and unleash devastating attacks. Devastating! Unlocked when Raven's met certain conditions. Ability goes away over time. Use it whenever you have the chance. Okay. Where are they? I don't know where they are, and I would just like to kill them. Okay, there we are. It's often shorted... Wait. Oh, hold on a second. I think I'm just beating up, like, something completely wrong. It's often shorted to RKGK on Bird app, but it's also Scribble Doodle Graffiti. Both of these points are related to being tagged. This is a good point. I don't spend nearly as much time as I probably ought to on J-Side Bird app. But mostly because it ends up being kind of pseudo-study for me. And who wants to study? Not me. Oh, fudge. Buggery and sin. Oh, that dude is just sitting there. What the... J-Side Bird app Twitter makes me feel super salty. Whoa. Is there a particular reason? I mean, Twitter makes me feel all kinds of ways, but salty isn't really the way that I usually describe it. Oh, Arachno! How you doing? I don't mind studying for comic book information. This is true. Mostly it's language acquisition. Like, I just want to read and know something, but having to go and, like, check every other word is very frustrating. I mean, usually it's not necessarily that bad, but it can be a bit of a pain in the butt sometimes. I think they've run out... Oh, wait, this is a deal where they have to be out of power? Oh, that would explain why I was not kicking their ass. Just casually seeing RKGK, and the piece is better rendered than anything I could do. Oh, Gotcha. Gotcha. That is completely understandable. I 100% dig that. That can be very frustrating. Could you not zap me? Oh, fuck. I need to stop. I can't stop them. I am inutile. But not French. Oh, fuck. I let them power up. I wish I had not done that. I think I can't hurt them when they're powered up. Or maybe I can only hurt them a little? I don't fucking know. Lumino's eating shit, though. So, fuck that dude. Raven, why would you even start to give up? You're the personification of bird spite? Oh, it's flappable! Oh, fudge. Okay. Sometimes the headphones, they just decide they're not gonna headphone anymore. No, stop beating up him, because he sucks. No, stop beating up him! Raven! Raven! You can't hurt him anymore. Stop it! Oh, for dog's sake. You gotta beat up the people that you can hurt? Floppable, how you doing tonight? I hope that life is, not giving you more than you've got the energy to deal with. And also to Arachno and Des and Hive as well. Hopefully you're not dealing with any more bullshit than, you know, is within your spoon drawer to actually handle. Also, like, did we kill both of them? I'm okay. Xenoblade 3 is my hyperfixation. Us! Quill, how you doing tonight? What do you call the protagonist of GR2's DLC and her pet Raven? Attempted murder? Quill. It's a successful murder. Actually, how many of a thing do you need for it to be a collective noun? I'm wondering, like, is 2 ravens a murder? Does that count as a murder? Or does it have to be, like, at least 3? Are you shitting me? We are actually on the final chapter of the DLC. That's kind of... 2 ravens is a company. Now, I know if I put that into Google, that it's just going to give me an actual, like, game dev called 2 ravens, so... I'm not going to put that into Google, and I'm going to chuckle knowledgeably, as though I just got that outside of inference, but actually through knowledge. I think 3+ personally. Okay, that's fair. Nothing to do with game devs, but a company. Oh! Foosbar. Okay. I used the wrong kind of inference. I should have been thinking of late 70s sitcoms where... Wait, isn't Three's Company kind of fucked up? It's been a while since I thought about it, but isn't, like, John Ritter's character... Isn't he pretending to be gay so that he can live with the 2 women who he's definitely dating? But he's trying to hide it from his landlord who's a swinger? I feel like that's the thing. It's been ages since I've seen it. Oh, Quill's had an interesting day. Quill, would you like to share with the class any of your interesting day? To the extent that you're comfortable with, of course. Hive says, hey, I'm slowly working through an LP of Xenoblade 2 that I haven't finished and I don't remember how to play, and I don't want to. Oh wait, okay, so there was more to it. And I don't want to restart it a 3rd time, and then Xenoblade 3. And Alice says it's a comedy from the 70s. Yeah, like, I kind of feel like Three's Company is a lot. Even by 70s standards, but I'm not sure. Flopple says Xeno 3 is much more accessible than... Wait. Xeno 3 is much more accessible than 2. I figured that's what you meant, but then I was wondering, like, maybe it's a Kingdom Hearts thing where there's like there's multiples and then there's subtitles. 2 is a lot mechanically. Gotcha. Quill says was messing around with TikTok filters last night. Accidentally saw myself as a woman for the first time. This is good. I mean, this is good. Yes, good. I'm doing a thumbs up just in case it's good, but I'm assuming that it's good. 2 is basically 20-hour tutorial. Fuck that noise. There are many accounts from folks who are like, oh, now I get it. Only when they hit NG2. That seems floppable. That seems poorly designed. I had a bit of a happy cry. Talked to a friend a ton about how things are feeling different in a strange way. I am excited. Quill, I am very excited. And just warm Poka Poka heart right now. Very much about that. Also, Xenoblade 2 is a gacha. It's a gacha you can't even spend money on. It's just gacha. I mean, that's... Is it platonic? Is it platonically a gacha? Because I feel like there's something ideal about that. This won't go unnoticed, they're coming. Hey, I never got that trophy for, like, getting all my memories without getting tagged. I'm kind of salty about that. The Ark is almost ready. Headed over to the Nazis. Excuse me. Xenoblade 3 just has a very solid job system that lets you carry attacks and skills from prior classes. You leveled up. It's much easier to comprehend. Gotcha. I don't particularly like pulling trash blades because it wastes my gotcha resource when I could have pulled Elma or Cosmos instead. Cosmos is the one with the, like, extremely questionable cinematic, right? Because that is literally the only thing that I remember about Xenoblade 2. Don't throw shit at me, buddy, cat. Wait, is the fact that these collectors are cats, is that connected in any way to cat, like our cat? Oh shit, do we have to protect this thing? Are we not supposed to kill? Are we supposed to protect? Because I am notoriously bad at that. I am super bad at protect. At the very least, there's no missiles involved here, and I'm not putting out fires, because those are my previous terrible failures at Protect. But squirrels, she don't protect, she just murders, as a squirrel does. Look, could you not? Also, I thought like we got power. I was certain that we had gotten power. And now I am seeing that we did not get any form of power? Again? Like the Alice in Chains song? I mean, it's an okay song. It's not my favorite Alice in Chains song, but it works. It's not even my favorite one off that album, but, you know, I'm willing to give it a pass. The best Alice in Chains song off that album is I Stay Away, because it has a fabulous violin bit. And also the video is puppets. She attack and also attack, but most importantly she attack. I mean, that's basically it. I've got just the one method of doing anything, and it is attack. Raven, we are failing at stopping them. I realize that the arc is almost gone. Where's Balak when you need him to accidentally kill all the Nazis? I almost said zombies. That would have been wrong. Oh, we fucked this. This chicken is officially fucked. We have fucked the chicken. And that's bad. That's bad, honestly. You don't want to fuck the chicken. Zaza! Scheiss. Damn it! Hyde says, I was interested in Cosmos for a different kind of fan service in as much as she's a character from Xenosaga. That's I mean, it's fair. That it's just the, like, only one thing that I recall from Xenosaga was a lot of people, or at least some people, being like, this is kind of an issue, the way that this particular cutscene was handled. Floppable and I share the same brain as far as engaging in video games, so this is good. Hives is currently working my way through AI the Somnium files. Incidentally started playing it before those tweets. Did the tweets give you did they give you extra drive to complete the game? They made me definitely consider looking at the game, which is more than I would have thought of doing a couple of days ago. Shoot. Nope, the sequel coming out gave me extra drive. So you kind of knew of this, you knew of the creator prior to him just being awesome? Because that was surprisingly cool from a J-side creator. Certainly not something I was expecting. Okay. Nope. Oh, God bless it! I can't, though, is the thing. I have never been good at the drive kick, or I guess in Raven's case, the drive claw. I mean, there was definitely a reason why I spec'd into throw in my second playthrough, and it's because throw actually fucking works. At least you can hit these things from the frickin' ground. That's appreciated. Although I seem to have run out of park benches, and that shit's not cool. Listen, all I'm thinking is just that this city needs to invest more in park benches, because there are just not fucking enough. Oh God, there's 4 of these fuckers. Shoot. Okay. Ah, saw! I swear to God, I am just gonna lose my absolute shit. Raven, we are working on a honey bun. We are doing our best to protect your arc. We've already discussed our issues with this goal. Everything has to float. Oh, for fuck's sakes. God damn it. The evil cat things, though. Why you gotta be like this? I am gonna absolutely just lose. Oh god, there's two. Wait, no, there's three! Oh, fudge. Oh, jeepers. Oh, fudge! Zaza! Zaza! Oh, wait. But I thought... No! Shit! Meanwhile, there's clips from New One where a character says they want to fly around and beat up anyone who harms marginalized people, like LGBTQI+, and disabled folks with a pipe. I'm there with that. I support that. The best part of that tweet is people were complaining about the localization making the game political, and then someone replied with the Japanese audio, and the character clearly said LGBT, so there was no mistake. I love it. I love it. It's like... It means a... I don't want to say it means more coming from Japanese devs, but like... It does seem like Japanese companies tend to be really gun-shy about this kind of thing. So, to have a dev be like just straight up and bold-faced about it is like, that's super cool. And I am here for it. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Raven? I'm actually having to engage with the motion sensor, and I have a certain loathing of the motion sensor because I'm bad at it. Oh, fuck's sakes. I hate life. I mean, I don't hate life. I just... This type of task is very difficult for me. Leave the Ark alone. The Ark is for all children. Wait, no, that's not right. Holy Christ, there's a lot of these things. Is this timed, or is this, like, you have to kill 20 of these dudes? It's not so much like a please check this for me, it's just kind of like me noodling to myself. Oh, fudge. Did you not, though? Sir, I am asking you very politely to not. I don't think... It's not like a big ask. Oh, fuck. Please don't let this be the boss battle, so to speak. The culmination of this DLC. Because I will be sad about that. That will make me sad. Oh. Yeah! Raven Love, I am working... Oh! Arachno! Thank you so much for dropping by. I hope that you have a very wonderful day. I hope that you stay safe and well, and hopefully we will catch you sometime on the flip side. They do just keep coming, and we really need them to not. Oh my god, like, that, the arc is not doing well. Oh, fudge. We're gonna fudge it again. God bless it. I also do like that the women in the main character's life keep calling him... Oh, fudge. Keep calling him out whenever he's skeezy. That's cool. That's, like, super cool right there. Topple says, and yeah, the annoying thing, too, with LGBTQIA plus content in Japan, though, is that sometimes it's removed in localization. The original release of NieR quite infamously removed the lines of dialogue that imply Emil is gay. Though at least the remake fixes that. I did not realize... well, I mean, okay. I should qualify that. I didn't play NieR when it first came out. And it's kind of amusing because, like, at that time... Because I'd been living in Japan for a while when NieR first came out, and, like, the twinkish main character archetype is not an unusual for Japanese games archetype at that time, and like the kind of the bulky dude archetype was something I was a little bit more unfamiliar with because, you know, I was playing games in Japan to the extent I was playing games at all. So I kind of wanted like the big NieR, not the twink NieR. But now, you know, looking back on it, and with the remake or the remaster that's come out, rebooting, whatever, it's like, no, actually, I think the twink NieR kind of works. I think we've had enough games with dads and daughters. Emil had a huge crush on NieR. See, I did not know this thing. I did not realize this. My first, like, full-on just myself engaging with this series, and I guess my only, really, because I never finished the remake, because I had to hawk it to pay some bills, was Automata. Emil's canonically gay, and when Yokotaro was asked about it, he was like, some folks are gay, whatever. Which, like, honestly is really the best way you could handle that. Alright, I'm gonna take like a super short bio break. I'm gonna come right back in just like a minute, maybe have a short cigarette on mic, and then we're gonna give this another shot. I do apologize if the sequence takes a while. It is a skill set that I'm not great with, and it's something I've struggled with in Gravity Rush games previously. So, like, just kind of as a heads up, please be a little bit forgiving. But I will be back in about 2 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Heinz says, I love that the depth of field in Unreal Engine has the same issues as computational photography depth of field from first-gen portrait mode on an iPhone. I'm just gonna put like a little question mark as to context, Hive. Not that I don't know that it's applicable, it's just I don't understand because I'm not a techie. Like, is that connected to this game, or is that something that's you've noticed like in life? It's related to the cat and Stray. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes like a lot more sense because you were asking about Stray a little bit earlier. Gotcha. Quill says gay men mean there's more space for Yoko Taro to appreciate women. Gay women mean there's more people to enjoy women with Yoko Taro. I mean, you know, that's not. It's yeah. I mean, it does feel like it would kind of track with Yoko Taro, so there's that. I don't know. I'm not like under any illusions that Yoko Taro is any kind of saint, but like I do appreciate that he's relatively upfront and seemingly harmless about his peccadillos. I'm not sure if peccadillos is really the appropriate word there, but I really wanted to say the word peccadillo. So, you know, there's that. Hive says, just perfect depth of field except for right around the cat where there's visible stuff. Just like when you try to take cat photos with portrait mode when Apple first launched it. Are you sure this is not like a Kirlian energy field, Hive? Because cats are ghost generators. Os! Jillybeans, it is wonderful to see you. I hope you're doing very well tonight. I hope that life is being excessively kind to you. Or at the very least manageable. Yeah, we're gonna go with, but I would rather kind. I would rather excessively kind. I'm just having a short cigarette before I get back to throwing Raven at cat robots. Which is why we're looking at the game over screen. It's not like it's not a thing. Things are all good over here. That makes me really happy to hear. Hopefully the Milwaukee summer is not being super... Okay, I hate this. I hate this because literally I forgot the word humid and muggy, and the only thing that could come into my mind was mushmushatsui, which is how you would say that in Japanese, and I'm like, that's not right. I mean, it is right, but it's not right. Os! Hirunda! It's wonderful to see you. I hope that you're doing very, very well tonight. It's a pleasure, as always, to have you in chat. Quill says, oh god, TikTok keeps trying to push me down the alt-right pipeline lately, and the Goober-Gady grifters are trying to whip up an outrage at people questioning the development of Stray. Are they still around? I mean, they must still be around, but I hate that. Jilly says, 24-hour bike ride last weekend that was the most fun. I slept for 6 hours and rode a bit. Like, so, that wasn't 24 hours straight, right? Like, that was, there was space in there. River West 24, 1,100 riders, holy shit! I mean, that seems a lot cooler than Sturgis. Haha, Stray, the game developed by a French developer but has an official game Twitter account with the handle HKDevblog. Friday 7 p.m. to Saturday 7 p.m. Holy, like, that's a lot? That feels like a lot. Like, I don't think I could do that. In fact, I'm almost 105% sure that I could not do that. Flopple says, yeah, Stray is a game that I greatly enjoyed for many reasons, but there's a lot to be said for the cultural appropriation. And Quill adding on, yeah, they're pushing the haha, Lips keep saying cat game is racist, lol. I mean, there's... First off, I mean, it's super appropriationary? I'm not... Appropriative. Appropriative is the adjective form of appropriation. It is super appropriative, and they were pretty sleazy about going about it. It's not impossible to engage with and enjoy the game on the aesthetic value, but there's a discussion that should have been had, and that could still be had, a nuanced discussion about how to deal with that history and that setting, also in the larger scope of cyberpunk. And it's like, we can't have nuanced conversations anymore. I mean, we can, and we certainly could, but it's like, it just seemingly isn't allowed. And the thing that gets me is, like, we could make a better media landscape, and we could make better properties by having this conversation. But then we got the gator goobers being gator goobery, and just like, yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. When the fact that a French dev did everything they could to pretend to be Hong Kong, and then, like, hide it from local folks in the Hong Kong dev scene. Like, what they were actually... What the French team was actually doing was, like, actively hidden from the Hong Kong dev scene. And that's really weird. Hidunda says, having already watched a full playthrough of Stray, the game's cultural appropriation has already killed any will for me to play it. And that's, like, that's super valid. That's absolutely one way to look at it and be like, hey, just, I don't wanna. But then there'll be folks that will jump down your throat about that and be like, you know, you lib or whatever. I'm not gonna do any of the Goobergator slurs because they're just all really shitty, and I don't want to say them out of my own mouth parts. But I'm sure they would have many words for you. None of them would be pleasant. Alright, I have finished my cigarette, so I'm gonna go back to attempting to protect the Ark of the Covenant from the Nazi cats. Even though, canonically, we should allow the Nazi cats to open the Ark of the Covenant so that they then melt. That's how that works. But apparently the dev team had a different idea of that. So if I can't be as on top of chat as I normally am, please do forgive. Cool says, I've heard that most of the HK dev scene thought it was a local development. Yes! Which is exciting because HK game dev has been growing lately. Yes! Yes, that was the... Yes! And that's gross. Like... well, that was the impression that they were seemingly trying to give, Hirunda. And that's what, like, I think most people would read that as. So... Yeah, like, it's a lot. Ghostslinger! Yo! Long time no see! You're gonna watch me do terrible at this, and I apologize, but I hope that you're very well. Hope that life has been being relatively gentle on you. Or at least as gentle as anyone can hope for in this, this dark of timelines. Not the darkest of timelines. We could have a darker timeline, but, like, this has been a pretty shitty one. I got kind of messed up last night. Oh no! Like, is this the drunken messed up, in which case, like, I've been there? Or is this, like... Nobody beat you up, right? I'm hoping nobody beat you up. it just gave me a relief. Okay. Well, that's definitely a thing. Now, I will say that I'm not 100% sure how TOS works with folks in chat talking about that, so just have a little bit of a care, because I don't want Twitch to jump down your throat about it. But yes, that can be a very nice experience. And I'm glad that it was a nicer experience than I was worried about. I was afraid maybe somebody beat you up. And that would have made me very worried. But I have, on a number of occasions, perhaps, I'm not saying definitively, but I may have done very similar things. Little Kitty Big City. That sounds like a porn knockoff, Hirunda, and I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Either that or like a Garfield, or a Garfield porn knockoff, which exists, and I hate it. As Hive said, be safe with the TOS. Yes, Twitch does quite readily ban people for joking about being too young. So be careful in case they ban for other stuff. Yes. It didn't hit me till like an hour or two after we ate. Oh god. So you're just bopping along. Just be like, oh, these edibles are crap. And then suddenly, they are not. Hirunda says, nah, it's about a black hat making its way home, and it's all cute. It's made by an ex-Valve dev, if I recall correctly. Excellent. Okay. Now we're gonna get it this time. I felt drunk the entire time. But you don't like alcohol. So that almost sounds like a bad experience. Oh, wait, I lost the things I'm trying to kill. I wish there was more shit that I could throw at stuff. And I'm definitely gonna go to the next town council meeting and be like, could you folks just like, I don't know, just like make some more flower beds or planters or shit? If you state your age to be too low, you'll get automod banned. Oh, yeah. Automod is such a fucking pain in the ass, I swear. We haven't had automod ban anybody, but we do get, like, automod catching people's statements all the time. Oh, Astro, wonderful to see you. Hope you're doing very well. Hope that life is not giving you more bullshit than you feel like you're able to deal with at the moment. Because everything is on fire and it's a lot, but we're not on fire here because we keep failing this mission. So that's good? That's probably not good. I'm gonna go with not good. They just keep coming. Well, that's, you know, that's a problem for us. Is there some kind of event trigger that I'm supposed to be... Well, I mean, I'm engaging with it the only way they've given me to engage with it, so I have to assume that I'm doing the right thing. So, maybe it's a timer? But it does feel a little bit bullshit here. Oh shit, okay, we hit a timer, we hit a flag. I drank without the drinking. What's that sound? They don't stop coming, they don't stop coming, they don't stop coming, they don't stop coming. Oh, Des! Fudge. I might have missed Des, but hopefully I didn't. Hopefully you have a wonderful day, Des. Please stay safe. And we will... Oh, we gotta get this thing's attention. Okay, no. Come to me. Don't... There goes the trophy. Hate that. Hate that for us. Oh, for fuck's sakes. How do I get your attention? No, you gotta shoot the big thing. Ravenlove, you gotta shoot the biggest thing? That's how this works. That's how all of this works. Oh, fuck's sakes. This game's motion controls. I wish I hadn't squished that fish, because I'm pretty sure that's what killed the beta. But I would have loved to have played this on the Vita. I'm on the come down. I was tripping for more than seven or more hours. Holy dogs. Well, hopefully we can be a relaxing place for you to come down. That would please me greatly. Or at least a safe place for you to come down. It's me you want. I'm a giant bird. No. Raven, you have to kill the big thing. The big thing. When 30 to 50 pigs run through my yard, I mean, for real though, worse than feral pigs. Worse than feral pigs with badges even. Why are we giving the feral pigs badges? Why? Whoa. Raven. You haven't even taken it out to dinner yet. Like, I don't know if you've established any boundaries. You haven't even exchanged pleasantries. I think that's kind of a big ask. I'm just saying. I appreciate you taking control of the situation. And I think that's super great. For a lady to be... I can't do it. I can't. I mean, I really want to do the bit, but I just can't. Oh God, Quill. Ghost says, I know I had fun, but then I got homesick. I tripped with a close homie. Well, that's kind of sad. I mean... Astro says, but really like it's not a good idea to discuss drug use on stream because Twitch is very much cracking down on shit. This is a good point. Yeah, that is a good point. Perhaps not even being circumspect, but just to lacuna the discussion. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you just as a form of safety, Ghost. I'll ask for a slightly different topic, just to keep you safe. Thank you, Astro. I do appreciate that. I can't believe you had so much trouble walking today. Just need to tell my tale. Do you want to whisper it to me? Oh, you laid down? Okay.
Raven.
You can't do this alone. But I'm the only one here if I don't.
Lena, celebrate. Gossip. Exceoleto.
Draw the giant collector to cat. We can do this. This is 100% doable. Giant Collector cannot be defeated by you alone. Follow Bit's advice, lure him to Cat and Dusty near the train station. Giant Collector is trying to destroy the arc. Keep up your attacks to keep it focused. No, Astro, you've got like a really good point, and I can be fairly lax about that, and I probably shouldn't be. Like, to be perfectly honest, we might be little fish, but automated systems don't really care about little fish, so like it's a good habit to develop. They do though, Quill, and I love them for it. While the Giant Collector's following Raven, guiding, well, that's what, like we saw that already, right? Wait, where did it go? Yo, hold on a second. What the fuck, though? The thing is, like, 6 stories tall. How did it disappear? What? Oh my god. These systems tend to target marginalized people here, too. That's, like, a super good point. Man, why does Twitch gotta suck, though? I'm not trying to defeat it, spider-headed boy. I'm trying to get it to follow me. Okay, I'm gonna go watch YouTube and head to bed, have fun. Go sleep very well tonight, particularly considering your adventures. And please be safe, and we will hopefully catch you sometime in the future. It was kind of nice to see Ghost. I haven't run into him in... It's been a while, honestly. I want to say like maybe even a year. I wonder if Ghost knows that I'm in Tokyo? I'm trying to work with the other shifter spider-headed boy, but see, the thing is, it keeps on going away, and I hate that for us. I gotta say though, I really like the character design for this enemy. It's very neat. And me, I'm a fan of very neat. Although I do think that it has a mouth for a junk. And I'm just saying, that's like... I don't know how I feel about that. I could think of many places to put a mouth where I would be okay. I mean, aside from just general mouth place. But not in the batch area. Definitely not in the batch area. I would not want a mouth there. The enemy just looks like it's got the body proportions of a chicken. Hirunda, though, consider the Turkinator from Little Big Planet 2. Is this not clearly calling back and crossing over with LBP 2? Which makes even more sense because LBP 2 had the Gravity Rush DLC. They're just shouting each other out. I have a thought that I must share. Please do. Hi. I am a fan of your thoughts. Okay, I probably shouldn't keep killing the time displaced. That seems like it's probably a bad idea. I'm gonna go with that. Look, Spider-Headed Boy, I am working on it as hard as I can. Which, I mean, granted, is not particularly hard, but... Did I murderate everything? Multiverse is Warner Brothers Universe free-to-play all-ages Smash-like game. Yes. Before you finish that thought, let me just ask a really quick question. Did you watch Commander Sterling's new video on the multiverses? There was a gun toy in WoW that turned people into turkeys, and I used to like doing it to people during raids so they couldn't use their abilities. Oh, it'll be very interesting to see where your question goes then. I'm wondering if your thinking dovetails with theirs. And Panda, that sounds fabulous. Meow.
Lena.
Together you can be whole. Unite us, Isaac. Make us whole, Isaac. I am trying, game. Return the marker. Make us whole. Wait, what? What? Hold on a second. I'm gonna come back to that flop bull, but this is an amazing cutscene, and I gotta check it. Oh darn it! I feel like I missed the amazing cutscene, but that's okay. That's not your fault.
Raven, as Lady Lay. Toa, las Wese.
Okay, but okay. So the thing is, the nuns from the devil are famous for fucking candlesticks and candles and bows. The nuns from the devils do a lot of fucking. What? The actual... How? What? Why? No! This is not... This is... No. Now, I love y'all. And I know sometimes you like to wind me up. But, like, there is no fucking way. This is not reality. This is not... This is... No. This... Wow. I hate... Okay, I believe you. I'm going to believe you, and I'm going to believe you because it is absolutely senseless, and that is pure 2020 energy. And as we know, it never stopped being 2020. So clearly, yes, of course, the nuns from the devil and the jagasses from Clockwork Orange, of course they show up in Space Jam 2. Of course they do. Why would they not? I'm having a very Cartesian moment where I know this has to be real because I wouldn't make shit like this up. Which I think is a bullshit argument to prove the existence of God, but I'm gonna say it's a solid argument to prove the existence of reality. How did we get here? Astro! I mean, if you mean we as in this chat, we end up here eventually, like, somehow, all the time. It's just, we're weird movie heads. But if you mean, like, we as in humanity, I don't even want to know. I mean, I think I could do the steps. I could work it out step by step, but then I would probably start screaming midway through. Oh, I'm gonna take my headphones off for just a second, and I'm gonna just walk in a circle for just a second. I'm gonna do that thing because I need. Wow! Holy shit on me! Hive! What? I can't with this. I fucking can't with this. I honestly thought I'd be the one to finally turn you soon to the Joker. I'm not gonna become the Joker. I'm not, cause the Joker sucks. Frankly. The Joker sucks, and I have enough self-respect to say that I do not suck. But, I do like your thoughts, Hive. Like, I super duper like your thoughts, but this one thing I'm not looking forward to, WB still own the Harry Potter rights. I don't know. Wait, does WB own Universal? Like, or is that like one of those weird ass things where like the movie rights are Universal, but the game rights are WB? Cause like Harry Potter's a Universal thing, cause the Universal Studios Japan, it's all Harry Potter all the fucking time. WB has the Harry Potter rights for both the movie and the games. So you know that, like, fucking Dobby the House Elf is gonna show up in Multiverses. And that's just, I mean, that's a whole thing. Not that I was planning to, I mean, Multiverses looked roughly as awful as Commander Sterling showed. I mean, I don't think that they were cherry-picking footage, but really? For real? That's shocking. I would not have expected that, because I thought that she would have been more than happy to pimp out the wizard who lived. To every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Which is, I guess, a meta-pimping? Dobby gets stabbed by a Game of Thrones lady, but Shaggy eats a big sandwich nearby. No, Universal is owned by Comcast. Multiverses is apparently actually hit among FGC people. Oh, Universal is owned by Comcast. God, I cannot... I can't keep up anymore, Astro. Like, seriously? Multiverses is pretty good as a casual game. I mean, I guess? It looked, for lack of a better word, like, and the entirety of my experience with multiverses is just like at least moving, as a moving object, has just been from the Gymquisition last week or this week. But like, it just looks so plasticky. I mean, if it handles well as a game, then I suppose that is a feat in and of itself. And if people want to appreciate it on that level, more power to them. Unless, like, actual Harry Potter stuff does end up in there, in which case I'll be like, no, you can't. But, like, it just, yeah. It looks awful, I hate the way it looks, but game-wise it's apparently good. Alright. So they didn't entirely thread the needle, but they at least made a product that functions as what it is. Okay, I can at least give them that much credit. I did want to check, Hive, because I don't think like we ever got your question about... Or maybe you asked the question, but then I got completely blue-screened by the tidbit about the nuns. But did you ask your question about the game yet? He didn't ask. My question is, what's the catch to it being free to play? I mean, it's got to be battle passes, right? Flopple says, the main reason I haven't tried Multiverse is just that I refuse to install anything with microtransactions. It's FTP, it'll have them. The only reason I have Fall Guys installed is because my partner plays it, so it's something that we can do together. That's, like, super duper fair. My thought was, what if the nuns in the multiverse... Okay. And then Floppy kind of stole your thunder by talking about Space Jam 2. Gotcha. I was just thinking that, like, because Sterling's point in the video, their point in the video is that, and I do have to say that there is at least an aspect of, like, old person yells at clouds in the Gymquisition on Multiverse, or Multiverses. I mean, it's there, I think it should be recognized, but I do think that the greater point that, like, the entire shtick with crossovers now like this is just that, like, there's no context to anything anymore. And they were particularly focusing on the fact that, like, you've got Game of Thrones rep in the game, and, like, you know, Game of Thrones being what it is, heavy on the murder and the sexual assault, but, like, side by side with Adventure Time, and it just kind of steamrolls the meaning of the two properties. I don't know if I already read what Quill said, but I'll read it again just because I might have forgotten. Decided to read Baki the Grappler manga, and boy do people get mangled and lose a load of teeth. I have a hard time with Baki, and to some extent, like, with JoJo as well, for character design. There's that, but particularly, much more so in Baki, there's that, like, that hyper detailed, hyper muscular structure to, like, all the characters is really off-putting to me. I've heard, like, really good things about Baki. I've heard a lot of people praise it, but it's Because for me, particularly because I'm reading it in Japanese, so it's like the actual reading of it is work. That if I can't really engage with the art style, it's hard for me to take that step of putting in the effort for it. But yeah, but at least I hope that you're enjoying it. It's almost non-body horror, non-body horror. Hold on a second. Non-body horror in how it's drawn. That's an interesting way to look at it, Alice. But it might be, you know, I wonder if part of it too is the hypermasculinity of the character designs, and maybe that's particularly pushing my buttons. Because looking at it through a lens of body horror, that might be a way of reframing it that I can engage with it a little bit better. Hive says Battle Passes and Founders Editions, which gives you enough points to unlock all the characters. Oh. Are you telling me LG Rhythm wasn't enough context for Space Jam 2? I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Hive. I mean, like, I know algorithm, which is Al Gore dancing poorly, but dentists in the Bakiverse work around the clock to prevent the extinction of teeth. It's the most grim thing I've read in ages. Oh my god. Damn, I feel like I should give it a second chance. Pula. The world is surprisingly delicate. It's like a complicated puzzle constructed from glass. I've searched the solution space, but there is only one answer. It's murder. The answer is always murder. Everyone loses their teeth all the time. Okay, but Quill, ponder. What if the Bakiverse is a branching timeline where people evolved from sharks directly instead of, like, primates? Which would explain why they're just constantly regrowing their teeth? From the Space Jam Wiki, Algae Rhythm, he's an evil computer algorithm who rules the serververse, a virtual reality in the cyberspace which houses different worlds based on Warner Brothers. I hate that. What? I hate that. Like, just flatly. I do not respect that at all. I have no respect for that. That is the worst thing I feel like I could say about some artistic endeavor. Because generally, even for shit that I don't like, I can respect the effort that's gone into it, the commitment that people have made to it. I cannot respect Algae Rhythm. Quill says engaging in any combat sport in the Bakiverse is a death sentence. I hate this, but this name is a name that I feel like I've only ever engaged with in writing, which means that I am going to mispronounce it. But Algae Rhythm is played by... Is it Don Chilade? No, that's not right, because the L is in the wrong spot. Cheadle? Is his name pronounced Cheadle? Which makes me sad a good actor that just gets the worst roles. I mean, I've liked the things that I've seen him in. Oh my god, I got it right! Fuck yeah! I'm doing a little fuck yeah dance. Cheeto. Okay. Okay, so it's less of an O sound and more of an L sound. Got it. At least the first Space Jam had space and sweet jams. I'm going to reveal one of my many Um, my dark and hidden geek secrets. I've never seen Space Jam. I never watched it. I think it came out after I was in high school, which means that I would have missed that round of teachers using Space Jam for lessons where they're hungover, and they just have the kids watch Space Jam in the dark. See, for us, that was Home Alone in French, and Mrs. Doubtfire in English, and I hate both of those so much. The worst crime of Space Jam 2 is the soundtrack. The soundtrack doesn't slap besides 2 songs. Is there... I hate this, but like, I feel like Power Man 5000 should be on the Space Jam 2 soundtrack. I don't know why, because I like Power Man 5000, but at the same time, I feel like they're the perfect energy. Quill, depending on your feelings about Space Jam, if you like Space Jam, then I'm very happy that you had that experience. If you do not, then I'm very sorry for you. Hive says, Ryan Coogler's involvement in co-writing this movie has made me believe that he came up with LG Rhythm and the whole WB relies on an algorithm to make decisions for them and write their movies because he was incensed about having to write a Space Jam sequel. That would be fair. It was Space Jam, Batman, RoboCop, and Die Hard in my childhood home. One of these things is not fucking like the other. One of these things does not belong. Sadly, they're not in the soundtrack to Shadow the Hedgehog. They are in the soundtrack to Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh my god, I love that. Hold on a second. Shadow the Hedgehog. I need to know what song they used. OST PM5K. This does not help me. You have failed me, YouTube. What's the track list, motherfuckers? Almost Dead. Almost Dead is the theme for the dark and pure endings of Shadow the Hedgehog. It was performed by Power Man 5000. Oh my god, I gotta read this whole thing because this is hilarious. Oh, it's very short though. The song is very morbid, having the genre of metal, and has a few screaming moments. Did an algorithm write this? A normal human did not write this. Wait, this was on Shadow the Hedgehog. No more gods, no more graves, are you friend or fiend? No more life, no more death, somewhere in between. This is so Power Man 5000. I hate it. I hate it. No more gods, no more graves, are you friend or fiend? No more life, no more death, somewhere in between. Oh god. This is like my high school English notebook. This is goth poetry. I hate it. What? Wow. It's a very Power Man 5000 song. It's very much that. Do you want me to believe that Al Gore's Rhythm wrote this? I unironically think that's adorable as someone who loves metal still. Wait, the song or the description? Because I could be argued around to the description being adorable. The song is very PM5K. And I think if I heard it... See, I think it's a problem with a lot of like metal and an industrial. Maybe a lot is a bit too strongly. Like listening to it as a unit, and it's really great. Reading the lyrics, and it's like I wrote this in high school, and I hate it. The description. Okay, yeah, I might be a little bit harsh on it. It's just the arrangement of it is really weird. Like the sentence, the song is very morbid, comma, having the genre of metal comma, and has a few screaming moments. Honestly, and maybe it's a little bit shitty, like, it sounds maybe ESL, because I feel like it's a sentence one of my students would have said. And it's shitty in the sense that, like, I should recognize that, and I should be more gentle with it. This sounds like an algorithm wrote it. Floppy and I, a baby, wrote this description. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I am. That was rude of me. See how easy it is to talk me down from rudeness? I can't sustain it. Maybe it was a baby. You know what? That's also a possibility. I don't really deal with a lot of really young writers. It does sound like someone who played the game as a child when it came out wrote that description. Yeah. It very much sounds like child in the early 2000s on the internet. Are babies AIs? I don't know how to answer that. I'm not a baby person, though. I think ultimately...
See. Love Faye.
I think it's kind of bullshit, by the way, just as a side note, that this game introduces grandfather paradox clauses. Like, this game is shown that it gives roughly 0 shits about timelines and things occurring in any kind of sensible, rational fashion. And now all of a sudden, like, oh shit, grandfather paradox, we gotta, like, erase you from the timeline so you don't fuck everything up. Good job. That's very unfair. You were never meant to be born into this world as Satya. And as long as Satya exists, the accident cannot be undone. Raven, once Satya is gone, your past will go with her.
I know it.
I'm sorry, this is the only way. If Satya never existed, if I forget Zaza, everything will be set right? I hate this. This sucks. Raven deserves better. I don't want a world where Zaza and the others have to suffer. Are you ready to rewrite the past, put things back the way they were meant to be? Catch the bus? No way! That's... the actual goal description is catch the bus. I hate it. I hate everything about it. Zaza did everything he could to protect me. Do I not have any control over my fall? Like, normally I would speed up and go into, like, an actual dive. Now it's my turn to save Zaza. Oh, now the motion controls want to be nice and easy with me. That's just wrong. Are we gonna catch this bus? Like, any minute now. Go Super Raven! She literally caught the bus.
La Faiblesse. Raven. Just Levidula. Zaza to say.
Also,
Raven, what's wrong? I can't put my finger on it, but you look sad. Also, like, there's Zaza and Satya in the background. So... what? Like, I thought that Satya couldn't exist. I thought that was the whole point. Yes, I suppose I was. Zaza, wait up! Satya, you dropped Grandpa's flowers. It's your fault. You run too fast. What? I don't remember Grandpa, but Zaza told me Satya was his imaginary friend. This child was custom designed to be as cute as humanly fucking possible, and this will be the thumbnail for the VOD tonight. This child, this actual small bean, must be immortalized. Not Crow from Tekken King Crete. He's an asshole. With a heart of gold, but still an asshole. Stop bothering the poor woman, and come on. Oh, poor Raven. She's heartbroken and doesn't know why. That's not fucked up at all. Game. And that is Raven's Choice DLC. It was... I think overall I liked it. I think the first section stealth bit was probably not as difficult as I gave it credit for. And once I got the hang of it, I think we did that fairly smoothly. I really liked the accidentally bumping into people and changing their timelines, like that little visual effect I thought was really cool. It was fun playing in Raven's head. Raven in general is a pretty fun character, and we don't really get enough of her, I feel like, in Gravity Rush 2. So it was nice to have a bit of time to sit down with her. I really didn't like the Flying Collector battle. Like, the battle against the two Guardians, the Guardians of Light and Darkness, that was fun. It was a little bit tough because I wasn't playing it well, but like it didn't seem quite as bullshit. But the collectors, like the little collectors, the cat collectors, I had the same problem that I have with similar fights throughout the game, which is that I just feel like I'm like skimming off the surface, like I'm skipping a stone and not really able to keep a good aim on them. And I think that's just me being kind of pants with the motion controls, but it does definitely make those kind of fights a lot more frustrating, especially when you've got the here's the thing you've got to protect and infinite enemies, you got to make sure you handle this. So that I could have done with that fight being handled a little bit differently, but I don't really know how. I love the Giant Collector. Giant Collector was fun. Motion controls do be a little too fiddly. Yeah. Like, and the thing is, like, I feel like that Gravity Rush is the only game that I really have had a chance to use motion controls in any real way. I'm trying to think, like, I know there's some 6-axis stuff in LBP, but it's really just posing your character. It's not like you're really doing stuff with the motion controls. Although there's logic to do stuff with 6-axis. I have not played Killzone 2, and you know I haven't played Killzone 2, Hive. I haven't played any of the Killzone games. I do, however, have the Killzone outfits for LBP, because the pants are great, and I love them. Now, I don't know, I think, because I'm just going to jump into Kat's game to do the second half of the stream, but I don't know if that's going to let us just bop around, or if we're going to have to go into the final boss fight, like directly, because that's where I last played it. So we might be jumping into a boss fight, which I don't personally mind, but just so you kind of know. Hopefully nobody here needs to worry about, like, spoilers or anything like that. Hive says, yes, that was a joke, though, because KZ2 has incredibly tacked on 6-axis controls for setting bombs and turning valves. Did they actually make you, like, rotate the controller to turn valves? Because I would have hated that. That would not have been my thing. Oh, I hate that. No. No, thank you. Please tell me at least you didn't have to do like a full 360 rotation? Like it was 180 and then flip back? Okay, at least there's that. Flopple says Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction also had such tacked on 6-axis bullshit. The devs had the mercy not to make the gyrocycle gadget require that. Apparently it was planned, but it was probably too horrible. Did we didn't play that one. I think we played the... Hold on. What was the title of the Ratchet and Clank remaster? Because we played that. You said to do repeated small rotations. I still don't like it, but... We replayed the remake of the first one. Yes. Is that the same one? With half the levels cut from the original game because it was beholden to the terrible movie. Yes, okay, then that's the one that we played. And that sucked to stream, because we streamed directly off the PS4, because I, one, own no capture card, and two, my laptop would just completely explode if I tried to stream through it. And it's got one of those auto locks where it'll block the video when those movie cutscenes came up, and I hate that. I can't remember if we expected that to happen or not. We might have been surprised about it the first time, then somebody came up in chat and was like, oh, this is why this is happening. But that just... I strongly dislike that. You said why. Okay, good. I couldn't remember if it was you or Kronos. Not as egregious as Yakuza 0, because that was straight bullshit. And I'm pissed because it means that we'll never stream Yakuza 0 again unless I get a streamable laptop. Because I am not streaming that full game just to get to the final chapter and have the final chapter blocked off. Because that sucked. And I had no idea that was going to happen. I was hot. As the kids say, but not in the sexy way. I was hot in the angry way. What's sad is that the game was completed many months before launch, because it was tied to the film's original release date, and that got delayed. So they couldn't go back and add more content as they'd moved the dev team over to Spider-Man, and they just had to sit around and wash their hands of that game. That sucks. That really sucks. I remember enjoying the game up to the final boss fight, and then I just completely hit a wall. And part of that might have been just that, like, we got to that boss fight right at the end of a stream, so I was already tired by that point, but, like, I could not engage with that boss at all. Like, I could see what they wanted me to do, and I could not pull it off. So that's a series, like a stream series that's just like, there's no end on it, because I don't think I can beat that boss on stream. Still a very good game overall. It had the smoothest gameplay the series ever had, but yeah. I remember enjoying the game, and to come back to Power Man 5000, there's a character in the game that looks just like Spider-1. And I remember that we had a good time with that. I just wish that the final boss wasn't quite such bullshit. But the game was a lot of fun. Alright. That cigarette is finished, so we're gonna jump into the Electrikitty fight. Which honestly sounds like a Pokemon. I don't remember how long this fight goes on, so we might not beat it on stream. Might not wrap it on stream, but I'll probably come back. It'll be a while, but I'll probably come back and do like a full Gravity Rush 2 replay for stream, since that one got lost in the before. It's up to me. I have to stop her. Defeat Electrikitty. I will defeat Electrikitty. I can't remember, like, precisely how this one works. Like, I don't think we've got to kill the mooks. I think we just gotta kill Electrikitty. So, oh, there she is. Hopefully she's the stay in one place kind of boss. Some kind of energy comes down. Whenever she's powered up, do whatever you can to avoid it. Oh wait, where'd she go? Oh shit, you're like right there? That's... Well, maybe if I bring some toys with me. And by toys, I mean park benches. Oh, we can throw tons of shit. Ochanoma! That's not what she said. Very fast, though. I would like her to be, like, maybe 12% less fast. Okay, this is, like, not the way to do it. Wait, but I'm in Phoenix mode. How did I die? I thought Phoenix mode, like, charges you up? Still compiling my thoughts on Stray. This is good, yes? I mean, is that a thing that you want to be doing? I am glad that you're doing writing. I know you've got like a bunch of projects kind of all bubbling around in your head. I'm just reticulating splines, personally. She keeps disappearing, though. I would like her to not do that. We are excitedly awaiting someday, and this day may be years in the future. There's no need to rush on this project, but we are eagerly awaiting someday your response to Hellraiser 2 Hellbound. Now, do not take that eager awaiting as any kind of pressure, but just know that the interest is still there and strong. What, she's very zappy. Could she not? I kind of lost all my motes for that one, though. That's fair. It's her electric personality. What we need now, honestly, what we need here is we just need a Doug trio. Oh, I thought like motes were maybe like a feeling of inspiration. Honestly, I thought that sounded really cool. I was like, oh, I learned a new thing today. Inspiration is called motes. Flopple says, when I did games writing, I just write everything about the thing in a OneNote document, then grab an iPad and stylus and start scribbling over it. Okay. It seems like if you're putting everything into a OneNote document, though, that's kind of like a single point of failure. Find the missiles? What the fuck does that mean? What missiles? Goldie Roger was executed and left all of his knock-knock jokes in OneNote. I don't know what that means. Wait, what missiles am I looking for? What is that? What does that mean? I didn't see any missiles. You can't just add a new thing and not tell me what the frock it is. What do you mean missiles? What actual missiles? Game? Oh. Like, I thought, was OneNote isn't like a, just a type things up type of thing? Is it like a scanning thing? What missiles? What? I don't know what to look for. Raven. Raven, you gotta, like, you gotta hook me up here a little bit. Love? Is the missile in the building? Raven, if Timmy fell down the well, call once. If Timmy is on the pier, call twice. Electrikitty? You gon' die. Oh, fudge. Great. It's a digital notebook app by Microsoft. I guess it could be, but I'm typing them up after writing them by hand. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to kind of put things into a useful fashion as far as brain meats go. The hit now being turned into a probably horrible... Wait, what? The hit now being turned into a probably horrible Netflix show, One Piece. Oh, okay. No, I got you, Alice. It took a couple of seconds. Hirunda says the only thing I'm passionate about is LBP and Forza. I mean, that's a mood. I do maintain my passion for LBP, and I got to talk to that tattooist, and it looks like as soon as the money situation supports it, I will be able to get that tattoo. She's confident that she can do it. It's going to be a bit bigger than I expected, but within... Oh my god, they blew her legs off! That's very rude of them. It's going to be a bit bigger than I expected, but within acceptable range for me. So, I'm excited about that, but it's probably not something I'm going to be able to do until, like, maybe October at the earliest, because I really don't know what financials are going to look like. Flopple says, I've only played one Forza game, and that's Horizon 3. Fun times, but also incredibly unrealistic. I've never seen that little traffic in Surfers Paradise, speaking as an Australian who's been there a few times. See, we never got any racing games in Milwaukee, and I'm really kind of sad about that because I can't make that comparison. I've played Forza Horizon 4, and I don't know whether or not I should be amused the game lets me drive through stone walls. I mean, that's how it works in real life, right? Action movies did not lie to me. Are you telling me that action movies lied to me? Okay, this is kicking my ass. That's not supposed to happen. I'm supposed to kick her ass. Just saw Bucky eat a handful of teeth like they were tasty nuts. What the actual fuck? Wait. Quill, what? What? Why? Like, does Baki have a calcium deficiency? Is that the issue here? Oh, fudge. Okay, recenter. I did play a bit of Akiba's Trip 2 and have been to Akiba, so I guess that counts. Did you new Burnout game set in Milwaukee? That's just like living in Milwaukee, though. I don't remember what the Burnout series was. That's way too exciting. Hirunda, that's like way more exciting than Milwaukee driving ever gets. Like... Wait, what? Hold on. You know, sometimes, like... just... You read a sentence and it takes a little bit of time for the words to actually arrange themselves in a fashion that your brain can interpret. Quill says, Baki's dad killed an ape he had a bond with and taunted him with its head, so he ate its teeth for some reason. There's just a lot going on there. Also, Hive, like, that's... I could totally do that in Yakuza 0, although a much smaller area. But as long as I wasn't looking at the minimap, I could go through Dotonbori by heart. But because for some reason they flipped north and south in the game map, so anytime I tried to refer to the game map, it just completely threw me off. He doing this as a tame Burnout game. Why didn't I think of that? Every game designer ever after the release of Burnout Milwaukee. Quill, I would love a legendary sentence from this franchise. Yeah, I don't know why they did it, Hive. It's really, really weird. If I play Yakuza 0, then I will at least have played 2 games of places I've been. It's a really good representation of Dotonbori prior to the, like, renovation of it. And the renovation was going on, I want to say, from like 2007 on. So it was like a Dotonbori layout that I got to experience. There's some parts of it that are anachronistic, like the Don Quixote wasn't there. And there's a Kushikatsu joint that is, at the time that game is showing, would have been a really tiny mom and pop joint, like way over on the other end of town, but they couldn't put in the KFC kernel, but they wanted to have, like, they wanted to reference the curse of the kernel from KFC in one of the cutscenes. So, since this Kushikatsu joint has got a similar mascot and has a similar statue, they used that instead. So there's a few anachronisms, but for the actual layout of it, it's really true to the area, and particularly true to the area pre-renovation. So it was a super big trip to be on that bridge, because that's the old bridge that was there when I first got there. And honestly, I think the old bridge had a bit more charm than the new bridge, and I think that the old, like, really kind of sleazy Dotonbori works better than the Riverwalk that they have now. Although I recognize that the Riverwalk area is, in many regards, nicer. But I did like the old way that it was. The Riverwalk is kind of very touristy. It is. It also makes navigation a little bit easier. To be truthful, because going behind the buildings back in the day was just a super pain in the ass. Quill says, now that you're out of oh my god! I love it. Now that you're out of urine, how will you escape this tetrahedron? An actual character from Baki the Grappler. That's a whole thing. Did you go on the... Well, when you bought Matcha Kit Kats at that donkey, was the Ferris wheel in operation, and did you go on it? Because that was legit the most terrifying Ferris wheel I've ever been on. Because I think it was designed purposely to sound like it was falling apart at every moment. Like, it's not actually a wheel. For folks who haven't seen it, aren't familiar, it's like this lozenge shape. And the cars, they don't just like usually with a Ferris wheel, the cars will rotate with on a pivot point from the top because they're going around the circle. But here, like, the cars will rotate in a track, like, a little bit as they're going around the curve at the top and at the bottom. But every time they make that small adjustment to keep the seats of the car level, like, it sounds like the machinery is legitimately falling the fuck apart. And that's when it was new. Like, the year that it opened, it was like that. Hive says, just went back to the hotel and ate some Uncle Tetsu's. I wish I had known you at that time. I would have taken you to fun places. What? Can I ask, what year were you in Osaka? Because it would have had to have been, like, post 2007, I want to say. Because the Don Quixote was there when Nova exploded, and that was 2007. So 2007. Oh my god! I mean, it would have been weird because that would have been in the before, and you would have met me, you know, in the before. But I still wish I had met you at that time. It would have been too late to take you to Babylon's, but I could have taken you to Farplane, depending on how comfortable that you would have been with that. But it would have been cool. Oh, that's a shame. I was there with Mom, so it might have been... I would not take your mom to Farplane. I wouldn't make you have to explain any of that. That would have been very different. And probably not to the taxidermy bar either. Ah, well. There's always the future. I will be back in Osaka someday, I think. I miss Farplane. I really want to go back there.
Leaving.
Oh, it's that asshole kid.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Masira sepa.
This kid is a douche. Just an absolute jackass. Oh, that's the kill face. Cat's got her kill face on. That's not going to be the video thumbnail, but that would be an excellent choice for a video thumbnail. Kind of wild though, speaking of meeting folks in the before, but I was in a Discord server, found out some folks lived in my home city, so we met up, and it turns out I'd already met one of them before at several metal shows. I mean, honestly, Hive, if we ever, well, when we eventually redo, like, base game Gravity Rush 2 on stream, this will be the thumbnail for this session. But we've got that Moppet, and that Moppet is gotta be the thumbnail. There's only a couple of people from the before that I really want to meet, that I'd feel like I'd be comfortable meeting. Yeah. I love that face though. It needs to be a react. It does! This is a perfect... If anybody wants to screenshot this, because this is a perfect reaction image face. Okay, look, I need the cameras to work for me though, because Panther mode does not last for fucking ever. Why, game, why are you doing this? Like, you keep on slashing me towards shit that isn't here? Just that face with like, stop being wrong or something, as a comment. That would work very well. Oh! Astro, I'm delighted to. I'm so glad that you were in tonight. I don't know if that's the kind of thank you, like, before you drop off for bed, but... Or, I mean, whatever your time zone is, but I'm super glad that we could be here to give you something to listen to whilst dog's nailing. Why is it so hard to move in this form? I hope the doggo did not stress during the nail cutting. Oh, okay. Well, the I am glad still stands. That part didn't change, but I will hold off on saying good evening or good night until you're actually on your way out. I will stop you. He did, but it was better this time. Is this... Like, is this a second time for the dog? Like, something that doggo is still getting used to? Also, did we kill Electrikitty?
The Savedula.
You tried your best, but it's time to give up. Because I'm an asshole. I know you won't understand, but let me try to explain why this has to happen. I like playing with people's lives. There are a lot of people here with lives for me to play with. Ergo, I will play with these lives. No, he's been getting his nails cut for a long time, but he hates it. Gotcha. He's almost 10. That's fair. Quill, please sleep well. Only the nicest dreams for you, and I do hope that you Hi, I saw lozenges. I got distracted. I do hope that you have a wonderful day tomorrow. But yes, next stream will be tomorrow if you can drop by, and if you can't, I totally understand it. But please be well. And Jill says, I wonder what the voice acting felt like for those screams. I hope there were lozenges. I mean, was a Japanese game dev, so I don't know if they go in for such things as lozenges. They're kinda dicks. Then it came to me in a dream. A voice from the darkness told me how. I have no idea why this just came to me right now, but for some reason this reminds me of a young Frasier. Like the Kelsey Grammer character, and not like Brendan Fraser. I don't know why, but this, for now on, this is just going to be young Fraser to me. It told me to awaken the woman in the Crystal Palace. That's when I knew who and what Electrikitty was, and why she was trapped in that crystal. Our predecessors imprisoned her because they were afraid of her and her power. But what a waste. Why let something so powerful go unused, when you could use it for yourself? Speaking of voice acting fly on the wall, I would love to know what the voice actors for Oblivion felt. I do not know, because I've never played Oblivion. I know how we can fix everything. The voice in my dream told me the truth. So long as this town exists, Eto can't be free. Your power looks like it's all run out, Auntie. Too bad for you. Electrikitty's power is unlimited. They were given their lines arranged in alphabetical order with no context? How does that work? Like, how does that... What? That doesn't make any sense at all? Like, not even a little? Not even a lot? How would you even do that? Like, what? How do you get anything even vaguely useful out of a situation like that? It's Bethesda Games, Game Studio Games, so you know, they make do. But, like, I mean, yeah, but that seems like it would be even more difficult than just doing it like a normal studio would. Like, even the shitty, we don't have these actors together and we're just like recording their lines and then stringing the reactions together, seems like you would get something more coherent than that. Okay. Now, hold on a second. I am loath to say anything good about Bethesda Studios, and this is really a backhanded compliment, but there is something charming about how absolutely kludgy and asinine that is. Like, it's like it's a very weird and legitimately creative workaround. Should that workaround needed to have existed? Probably not. Is it funny that it does exist? Absolutely. Oh, at least they didn't kill the kid. I appreciate that. I love seeing devs find hacky as hell solutions to problems. It's really fun reading Twitter threads about that. There was... I don't remember the context, so the story isn't particularly good, but there was, like... There was a weird one in Hyperlight Drifter where they were using, like, a squirrel's animation cycle to time events, and I can't remember why they needed to do it that way, but because it was a squirrel, that's like the only thing that my memory will allow me to keep. I have to remember, at least vaguely, any information about squirrels that I learned. And so squirrels are hidden in every single map or whatever. Yeah, it was something like that. It was like they figured out that this animation cycle was the perfect length for whatever event timer they needed. And they're like, yeah, okay, good. We're just gonna go with squirrels. Oh, fudge. That's not what I expected to happen. Alright, I'm gonna take a really quick pause here for a second. I mean, we have to recognize that squirrels are the glue that hold this universe together. That's not true, but I would ask you to just give this one to me, because I need a W. Just a little W. Hive says, hey, Floppy, were you there for the thread about little tricks that game devs did that made players feel good? And id Software devs replied to it saying that the last 10 hit points in Doom 2016 aren't actually 10 hit points to give players a sense of crawling back from the brink, and that tweet had a bunch of replies from gamers angry that devs lie to them and can't be trusted anymore. Man, I mean, gamers, could we not? Also, thank you, Astro. I mean, I know that's you're speaking to the general class of squirrels, and not specifically to me, but I still appreciate that. Oh, Sophia! You came in just at a moment when I am going to take a really quick bio break, but it's wonderful to see you. I hope that you're doing really, really well. I hope that you don't have too much going on your plate, that you feel like you can't handle it, and we'll be right back. I should make some coffee because that is an incredibly bad idea. That's too much coffee. What did I miss? Flopple says, like, if you're close to death, but you're also close to a health upgrade, which kills all the enemies on the screen and fully restores health, the game will just go, you know what? Enemies give more XP for just a moment so that you can get that with the cool screen clearing moment. But the gamers will get angry about it because it's not about their raw, awesome gamer skill. Okay? And meanwhile, a good DM in tabletop will prompts also fudge numbers if it makes for a cool, memorable moment. Nothing more underwhelming than dealing a crit only to have an enemy on, like, 1 HP still. Yeah, like, I feel like I saw a thread about DMs fudging numbers recently. And it was weird because, like, I think some people were really pissed that DMs were fudging numbers, but then some people were like pissed that this particular DM in the thread didn't want to fudge numbers anymore, but wanted a system that was actually set up in a way that wouldn't require all the extra work of kind of like doing all the background fudging. So, like, Twitter, nobody was happy. Like, always on Twitter, nobody was happy. Although I am briefly happy because I realized, you know, I got pickles. It's been so long since I've had pickles that I honestly forgot that I requisitioned them last night. And I actually got the jar open this morning. I had a moment last night. This was one of those moments where they are dill, but they're not super dilly, but they're definitely not sweet. I'm not really a super big fan of sweet pickles, but they're not like the like super spicy pickles either, which I would like, because I do like the pickles with a little bit more kick in them. But I had this moment last night, so I got these pickles on a whim, in the sense that, look, if stores could stop changing their layouts, because what I needed last night was cooking oil and toothpaste. What I ended up with last night was coffee, pickles, and hot sauce. Because those were in the most accessible areas, and I don't know where the hell they shoved off their cooking oil and toothpaste at the moment. And, you know, it looks kind of sketch if you're just, like, searching the store when you're going to be requisitioning. But I saw the pickles. I was like, I could do those pickles. And then I put them in my bag, and there was, like, this huge fucking glass on glass, like, clink sound. Because the coffee was already in there, and I was like, "Oh shit, that was not smooth of me," but that was fine. You know, we got out, and so I got home, and I'm like, got these pickles. I haven't had pickles in like 2 years. I'm gonna nom on some pickles, and I could not get the fucking jar open. And I sat there and I'm like, I am a ball of all the worst fucking stereotypes because I need a strong person in my life to get this fucking pickle jar open for me. I hated it. I hated it so much. Eventually it just needed a night in the fridge, and then when I tried to open it this morning, it was like, yeah, no problems. But yeah, last night I was feeling something about that. Jars. Seriously though, I don't even have the excuse of being on HRT. I'm just like, no, this is just me as, you know, in the meat suit as I am now. I'm gonna have like little Tyrannosaur arms if I ever get on HRT. Do you know how to quit? This is from earlier, but I missed it. The question from Hive. Do you know how to quit the studio thing from Mac? Oh, that's an actual question. This isn't like the setup to a joke. This isn't a bit. No, Hive, I'm afraid, unfortunately, I cannot help you with that. But that is weird. But I'll be the cutest Tyrannosaur. That'll be me. I'll be all about the Tyrannosaur life. But it's on Mac, right? Like, doesn't the little cloverleaf and Q like quit everything? That's our goal. Like, I mean, if we get on, it should, but not this. If I can get like on a 5-day-a-week job, that's like pretty much, I think, going to be the first thing that I do the month after I get like all the outstanding bills taken care of. So that would be like my second paycheck, I think. Basically, as soon as I feel like a paycheck is going to be regular and that I can depend on it, then yeah, I'm gonna go clinic shopping. I did get that one recommendation for a clinic not too long back. I can't remember who gave it to us. It was when we were doing Slime Rancher. And they were really cool. They were the ones who were talking about indie RPGs with us. They'd got me a recommendation for a clinic to at least start looking at. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be the first thing. Either that or like face lasers. But probably HRT. Now, if the paycheck is good enough, HRT and face lasers, could we do both? I'm glad Cat can see the real one, because I can't. Okay, we want to throw shit, right? Because they do the... Face lasers were a very good investment. Then saved for handheld ILP for leggies and such. I don't really care that much about my legs. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It's very much like, how bad has this week been? But it's not like a thing. But the face lasers are a thing. Like, they're definitely a thing. So, that's by necessity on the list. Oh, I gotta shoot him with a rocket. Oh, I hate that. They stole my rocket from me. Why you gotta be like that? Can I only hit it with a rocket? I don't know if it's just the fact that, like, by necessity I have to use pretty shitty razors, or if it's just a quirk of, well, we didn't give you particularly thick hair, but, like, we'll make sure that the hair that you do have is just a pain in the ass that you can't completely get rid of. But I really can't get a shave that's close enough that makes me feel comfortable. And I hate that. I mean, I'm not loving this plague, but I am at least appreciating the fact that I have an excuse to have a mask on all the time. Where's the rocket? Because I need a team rocket. Jesse and or James. I would even settle for Meowth. You can't requisition those fancy razors though, because like, they're fucking expensive. That's not the point. The point is they're fucking expensive, ergo they have like security stickers on them. And I only have so many anti-security stickers to go around, so it's kind of an issue. I use a safety razor with blades I buy in bulk. Maybe that'd be something to look into whilst, I use a safety razor. They take a bit to get used to, but they really save money. Okay. I will, I mean, I just steal Bics because they're stealable. Now, I don't quite get it. Like, sometimes it seems like when this is a game, don't get it, not a razor, don't get it. Sometimes it seems like when I hit the Electrikitty with regular stuff, she takes damage. Sometimes it seems like it only works when I hit her with a rocket. I'm not sure if I'm reading this wrong or not. The old-timey razors that open and you can replace the blades, which I'm sure the cops will be like super thrilled that I'm planning to buy, I guess. Not that they need to know about it, but... Although that does remind me, I've got like a whole package of fresh box cutter blades, and those things are sharp as fuck. I probably shouldn't be MacGyvering my way through this, though. I should probably use things that are actually designed for purpose. Is that to Astro, or is that to me? Oh, that's to Astro. Okay. Because I was gonna say we got a whole story about the box cutter. It's a pain in the ass. Oh, for God's sakes, would you stop shooting me with lightning? I am looking for a fucking missile. I don't have a missile. Like, it doesn't matter if the duplicates are almost all gone, cat. Or I guess I did have a missile? I don't fucking know. Okay, only missiles work. That's important to know. Wait. Astro, I feel like you've got a negative in that. Right, okay. Okay. I was gonna say I was a little bit confused for a second. It's 100% fine. I got what you were going for, but I just wanted to kind of make sure. Yeah, no, it's half joking about that. I don't want you to get too worried. And I definitely don't think that the box cutter razors would be a good idea. It's just I've got the replacement blades. I just don't have a box cutter anymore. Because the fuckers took it. They stole my baby. Cops? Cops are never a good idea. Yeah, it was a whole thing. I mean, I guess, like, in the most technical legal sense, they didn't steal it because they considered themselves legally obligated to remove this item from my possession. It was a whole thing. Oh, I don't know if you probably weren't around in PTs when this was going on, but like I've got like mugshots and fingerprints with the police now. It sucked. Let me tell you, the experience was not one that I would like to go back to. Cops in Japan are... Yeah, it sucked. It was like a multi-stage process. I'm thoroughly convinced that like they just didn't have anything in particular to do that day. I may on another time, just because like the story is kind of involved. It's not like, what do I want to say? It's not like a sore point, like a trauma type of deal. It's just like it's a long story. But I'm convinced that like half the time that you have trouble with cops in Japan, it's just because like they do not have anything else to do but fuck with people. Oh, Claire, I hope that you are doing very well tonight. It is lovely to see you as always. We are just not getting this mission accomplished, which is fine. This wasn't the primary goal for the stream. Oh, I should head off. Nighty-night. Floppable, thank you so much for dropping by tonight. It was a pleasure to have you here again. We will be streaming tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel. I guess squirrel time and squirrel channel, but you know what I mean. But please sleep well. Only delightful dreams. And wake up feeling even better than you were feeling right now. Oh, this is gonna kill me. Panther mode is just gonna kill me. Fudge. God bless it. Oh, shoot! Wait, I completely... I'm sorry, Sophia, you had some stuff that I should have allowed, but got caught by the automod queue, and I didn't see it. Sophia had said, Visual Studio is a Microsoft program for coding. Of course they'd fuck around with the base programming for Mac, the bastards. I'm sorry that I missed that. And really though, Automod, like, Automod hits you for fuck and bastards. I'm gonna put that right in chat right now. Hey, Automod. Fuck. There. There, Automod. Can I get a bastards? I mean, I don't know if my saying this in chat automatically makes them okay for Automod because I am the streamer, but no, Hive, no, no. Hive, that's not on you. You are all good. I know it doesn't. Automod, you are a suck. You are just completely to suck. No, I don't want you to feel like you gotta like bop back and forth, because I know you're doing it on phone, and I know that's like its own whole pain in the ass, so like you're good. You're 100% all good. I'm just cheesed, Sophia, because like Automod has been like really titchy recently, and it's catching folks for just the absolute worst reasons. That was a waste of a missile. I wasted that missile. So it seems like the way this fight is supposed to go is, I think that the copies, I think if I shoot the copies with normal shit, they just die. And when I've gotten rid of enough copies, then I can hit the actual thing with a missile. But it's dependent on a missile being around, which is like, that seems a bit bullshit, because there aren't always missiles, and also the doubles actively target missiles with electricity. Stuff that's only viewable in mod view is not worried about the untold messages she's missed in her own modded streams. Well, stuff that's come up for Automod will, like, there'll be an indicator, like, do you want to allow this? That shows up in mod view. Okay, so this fight is bullshit. Gravity Rush, I love you, but this fight is kind of pants. I'm coming out and saying it. You've got enemies that you can only hit with a resource that is not particularly renewable. You've got a primary enemy that you can only hit with a resource that is very limited. You've got a very small window of time to hit the primary enemy. And if you're already holding shit, you can't pick up the one resource that damages the primary. It's, yeah, like, there's a lot going on, and Aster says, my bathroom sink is leaking from the bottom, but I hate needing to be here to deal with maintenance. Like, do you mean, like, watching and making sure that they don't bugger up your sink? Or do you mean, like, doing maintenance yourself? Oh, fudge. Now, one thing I do notice in they don't come unless somebody's home. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. So you're basically, like, you're tethered down until they get there? Yeah. We are totally gonna eat shit again. No, do not enter Panther mode. Panther mode is just immediate death. I'm not trying to run, I'm trying to find you some health, love. Lovely. I don't even know what's wrong with it. That's... Yeah, that's... If you don't have like a clear idea of where the leak's coming from, there's... I mean, I wouldn't recommend taking apart the whole assembly. This started like... Ooh... Oh, that sucks. Now, this might be a silly question. I hope it's a silly question. But, like, have you been waiting 3 days for maintenance to get there? 'Cause that's awful. Like, I've had bad building maintenance, but I don't think I've ever had it that bad. Oh, fuck's sakes. That is really shitty. We did have that time when we had two times, once in the before and once in the after, when in my previous apartment in Osaka, that a leak started inside the walls, and the first time it was like directly over my stove, and I had to get like, I know the second time was over my stove, and I had to do that thing where like you're just constantly filling pots and then dumping the pots out to try to maintain, like, to try to keep the leak from actually leaking down to the next floor. The first time it happened in the middle of the night, and it was in the corner, and what we had to do was we had to keep stuffing towels into the corner and then like be on a bucket brigade where we would take the towels to the sink and wring them out in the sink and then put them back in the corner. And the guy from downstairs, because this had, the first time it started like in the dead of night, so we had no idea. And the dude from downstairs, like, suddenly we've got this pounding on our door at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And there's this guy, and he's like, "What the fuck? Did you leave your bath on? Like, is your bathtub overflowing?" And both me and my ex, I mean, she wasn't my ex at the time, but you know how it is. We're just like, just woken up out of a dead sleep, and we're like, no. What in the actual fuck are you on about? And he's like, "It's pouring water into my kitchen. And we think it's coming from your bathroom." And we're like, "No, that's definitely not the case. Let's take a look." And we walked into our kitchen, and there's like water just cascading down the corner of the room from the floor above us. So it was leaking from the floor above us through our floor and into this dude's place. So, yeah. So I think we both had to work. And so I spent every break, like every break between classes, on the phone with my building super to light a fire under his ass to get maintenance over to take care of it. Because Honey Bunny's job didn't have breaks. So she was just like on for 6 hours. So because I had classes and it was like, 40 minutes, 10-minute break, 40 minutes, 10-minute break, so I could just keep on getting on the horn with this dude. And he was like, no, like, we can't call anybody. It's a Sunday. We only use these people for emergencies. And it's like, dude, what the fuck do you think this is? Like, legit, we've got enough water pouring through that it's actually flooding 2 floors. So this is, definitionally speaking, an emergency. You need to take care of this shit now. I think we ended up having to wait until Monday for that. Like, I think he didn't call anybody in on that Sunday. But my memory starts to break down at that point. I do remember doing the towel brigade, but I don't remember if that was like the Saturday to Sunday or if that was the Sunday to Monday. Mind you that my days off were Thursday, Friday. Honey Bunny's days off was Friday. So like both of us had work. It was not great. Amusing, heavy air quotes on the amusing, but the guy that we met from downstairs that seemed like a really, once we'd explained the situation and I met his wife, older man in his 60s, maybe 60s-ish, wife also in 60s, met them both, they seemed like delightful people. After I figured my shit out and came out and started presenting more along the lines of, who I am, suddenly that guy got really close and touchy. So that was gross. And he wouldn't have known me if the building's plumbing hadn't been for shit. Super awkward, right? Because like I'd known him from before, and it was weird because like he didn't mention any of that stuff. He didn't mention, but he knew me from before, and it was clear like that was the established point of the relationship. But like all of a sudden, like prior to this, like prior to coming out, and it was like we would just know each other enough to like say hello when we passed in the supermarket or like in the hall to the apartment, or if like I was smoking outside the apartment, because I had a really bad habit. I definitely lowered the tone of the neighborhood because I had a habit of sitting like on the planter in front of my apartment building and having a cigarette and a smoke before I actually went. A cigarette and a smoke? Chigao. A cigarette and a beer before I actually went up to the apartment. And that was, I'm sure, a good look. But he would like start coming over and being like standing really, really close to me. And there's a couple of times that he just out of the blue gave me a pat on my ass. And I was just like, dude, if you want to keep that fucking hand, you're going to need to not do that. Like, ever again. No way that sounds like some normal Japanese shit. That is, like... Wait, if you're talking about the drinking, that's not... It's dependent on the apartment building, but it's generally frowned upon. Like, drinking in the park, no problem. Drinking on your stoop, it looks pretty tacky. If you're talking about, like... the low-key sexual harassment and groping, that's like super normal in Japan. And there was like a brief point of like, I don't get it very much, which just tells me that I don't pass anybody, but like, yeah, the groping's like is a big problem. Harassment's like a big problem. So, but there was like the first time he did it, there was like a really brief moment of like, oh, this is affirming. I fucking hate it. So, yeah, I I spent like the next year just basically avoiding that dude as much as possible. It was gross. He was gross. And he had a wife too. It's like, come on, mate. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. Like it's weird because like I exist in a very weird spot where like some people, weirdly enough, like I get treated more appropriately, like gender wise, by women than I do by men. That was one of the reasons why my last boss stood out so much, because like he was actually cool about it, which is kind of rare. Um, but that also means like I don't generally have to deal with like the direct sexual harassment and like the groping stuff for the most part, which is why the that previous neighbor was so weird. Oh yes, the uncomfortable affirmation. Yeah, yeah. But on the other hand, like I do have to be kind of careful when I'm out around Shinjuku at night, because the touts are really gross, and there's like they just assume that I'm a gay guy. So because like they'll advertise the hostess bars to me, which I'm not interested in for any number of reasons. One of which being like I ain't made out of fucking money. That shit's expensive. And when I'll be like, no, no, dude, that's okay. Like, I'm not interested. That's cool. Uh, they'll just assume I'm a gay guy and start shouting slurs at me. So, like, Kabukicho at night is not like a really great place for me to be, which kind of sucks because I like the Kabukicho energy. Like, I like that area. It's that greasy, grimy, like, skeezy kind of place that's super up my alley. But I ain't looking for fights, so don't spend too much time there. Ah. I got groped on the train. I knocked the guy back and he was not okay. Oh, I bet he wasn't. And I'm kind of torn here because it's like on one hand like fuck yeah, go girl. But on the other hand like I'm legit kind of concerned. On the other hand, since this is a past story and you're still okay, I'm going to assume that it didn't turn into an incident. But like that's one of those things that could also be like I could easily see that turning into an incident, capital letters. So I'm just glad that I'm hoping that my assumption is correct, and I'm going to be In Japan, they aren't really okay with women fighting back, but it was a reflex. Not really. I mean, they're not really. A lot of people aren't really okay with women fighting back. I don't know that it's precisely. I feel like if I said that that was a particularly Japan thing, that would be out of lane for me. Uh, but yeah, yes. Oh wait, no. I Astro Puffer's been to Japan, but I don't think Astro. You're not in Japan right now, right? I mean, you don't need to tell us where you are if that's not comfortable, but been to Japan several times. Good. So my memory's not gone completely, not gone completely yet. It took me a second to figure out, like, I was like, wait, to which one of us is the two directed in that statement? It clicked as after I opened my mouth that it was to Astro. We're everywhere. Alright. We have hit the 3-hour point, by the way, and I didn't beat Electrikitty, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I am going to have this last cigarette and chat a little bit, which I think a lot of the stream has been chatting, and that's hopefully okay with y'all, because it's like been very comfortable for me. But I do feel kind of bad that there's not something more exciting to have on the actual, like, screen. You know what? I could just do return to title. And at least there'll be some animation there. And music. But let's see. Ending on a high note. Because I'd like to end on a high note whilst I'm having my cigarette. I did get to... It didn't become a thing or whatever, thankfully. That makes me very happy to hear. Because I've heard, like... It's one of those things where, like, I've heard similar stories from some women where the person who was doing the groping got really intimidated and, like, backed down in the face of them being like, yo, what the fuck, dude? And then I've heard the other side where it's like the person that was doing the groping got more intimidating and into their space and was like really freaking them out. So thankfully it wasn't a thing. But well, I've tried to go to title and hey game, this is like super not the title. And it works either way, Sophia. Apparently, going to title was not the correct choice for the game here. So we get a black screen instead of a game over screen. I love it. I did get to unemployment today, and the lady there got me set up with another interview. The game said not today. The game says fight the final boss or be fucked. Like, game, you don't know who you're talking to. I will turn you off. I will just like straight up unplug the console. So the job interview's tomorrow, and like here's the thing that slightly worries me is like I explained to her that the previous job interview that said no specifically said no because of the size of my piercings. So please, when you do the next interview setup, like, please explain to them that my piercings are really, like, quite big and make sure that they're okay with that. But I don't know if she did that because I got like a really super early appointment, which meant that when she called when I was there, they actually weren't open. So she had to call them after I left. So hopefully she explained that to the izakaya staff so that this is not more wasted time. But she got the interview set up, and like it's just an izakaya job. It's I think 4 days a week, which is better than the previous izakaya job that I got turned down for, was only 2. I'm not, like, the job had a range of hours that it listed as available, so I'm gonna, hopefully, like, if they say, you know, this is cool, hopefully I'll be able to pick up morning/afternoon hours so that it won't screw up our streaming schedule too badly. But the interview is tomorrow afternoon, so I should have, if not a definitive answer, at least a very good feel for what the answer is going to be by the time we have the stream tomorrow night. So hopefully I'm gonna keep my toes crossed. Hopefully we'll have some good news to be able to tell everybody. Because I really would like to. I don't like to be Little Miss Sourpuss, you know? I mean, I think that my... What do I want to say? Why can I think of how to say this in Japanese without any problem, and I cannot think of how to express myself in English? I think the particular low mood that I've been in is largely reasonable considering the situation that I'm in, but I would really like to turn the situation around so that I could just kind of build up to something more cheerful. Like, I'm cheerful when I'm here with y'all, because it makes me really happy to be with y'all. But I'd like a more holistic good cheer in my life so that I can bring that to the stream, so that it's more of a reciprocal. Because I feel like I'm receiving a lot from y'all, and I want to be giving that back a little bit more. So my toes are crossed. You think like places like an izakaya wouldn't care so much, but it seems the job market there has gotten more intense. That's like the thing though, like that's the weird thing, because like the restaurant that I was at previously like was actually more upscale, and that boss really didn't care about my appearance. Like, I don't know why he didn't put me on schedule this month, but I'd been there for 3 months, and appearance was not something that came up when we talked. I mean, there were things about communication that I know that he would have liked me to have done better, and just picking things up a little bit more quickly. I think he was a bit of an asshole about it, and I think if he'd been less of an asshole, I probably would have done, but like, he was fine with the fact that, you know, my ears are 22 millimeters, that I had my tattoos out and on display, that my hair was blue. Like, that wasn't an issue. Then do this job interview last Sunday, and it was like the skeeziest, most low rent, just absolute dive izakaya. And they're like, oh no, your piercings are larger than 5 millimeters. We can't allow that. And I'm like, dude, are you serious? Are you fucking with me right now? Is this you fucking with me? Because the last place I worked at, the average dinner cost, like low end, was 20,000 yen. People be walking out of there, it'd be like 60,000 yen they would drop for like a 4-person meal. Most of that on wine. Oh, Sophia, that it means a lot to me. It really, really does. And it means a lot. But I want to have, I want to have a happy life for me. But I also want that because I want to be able to come in here and be like, here's this cool thing that happened. Here's this fun new thing that I'm doing. I got to a clinic and it worked out. I want to be able to tell you like really cool stories like that. And I haven't been able to do that for like months, and it bothers me a lot. 'Cause I know that y'all got stuff on your plates too. You know? So, like, I'm all up in my feels, as the kids say. But, got my toes crossed. I'm gonna make an effort. I don't know how to make an effort at these interviews. It's like, they're like, do you know how to do this job? I'm like, damn straight I do. If I didn't have experience before, I certainly got it now. Can you be cheerful? Yes, I can. This is actually not entirely true at work, but, you know, like, I can emote working levels of cheer. So, like, it's really up to them. We're all here for each other. We are. Like, and I'm just... I mean, we seem to find each other. And I've been just obscenely lucky with the folks that I've found. Folks who've come into this community over the past 3 years. I guess like maybe 4.5 if you count the before as well. Like, I've been lucky. Y'all don't even know that, like, I can count the number of, like, really bad assholes. I can count them on probably one hand. Like, folks that we've had to just, like, bounce out of hand. Be like, no, dude, not happening here. I haven't had to deal with a lot of the random shit that a lot of queer streamers get. Part of that's time zones, I know. Part of it's like just the stuff that we play, but a lot of it is just like straight up good luck. And y'all are just wonderful. Folks click, and like, we can talk about stuff and be serious sometimes, and we can also be goofy, and I don't feel like I can appear cheerful. I mean, that's a mood. If you want me to actually be cheerful, then I require 2,500% pay raise. I mean, that would cheer me up, Sophia. That would be... I mean... that would be more than life-changing money. That would be embarrassing money. That would be like, no, please, I need to give half of this away to everybody that I know. Just so I could feel like a normal person again. No, but it's wonderful, and you all are wonderful, and it means a lot to me. So I'm just doing my best to make sure that I can, you know, I can bring that kind of energy to y'all as well. You know, it's two-way street type stuff, you know? But I've jawed your ears off in front of this completely sad black screen. Like, I'm kind of cheesed here that this is the screen that we're stuck ending on. It's like, really, Gravity Rush? Podcast mode, indeed. We don't even have the benefit of the wireframe Earth with the Caution triangle? Hive? Y'all, I hope that y'all are taking care of yourselves. Like, seriously now? I say it at the end of every stream, but like, I do mean it. That, cause I do understand from personal experience, like the simple shit sometimes, like getting all the water that you need and making sure that you at least eating the one time a day, like sometimes that can like slip right past you without too much difficulty, and then you don't notice for like 2 days, and then all of a sudden you just feel like utter shit, and your body just starts rebelling, and it's like I hope that you've got the spoons to be taking care of y'all yourselves. Uh, 'Cause I want y'all healthy. I want y'all in the best shape that you can be. Not shape here as in like a fitness shape, but like just having the spoons and having the energy to kind of deal with stuff. Because like there's just a lot of stuff. And, you know? Hive says, very good. I've collected a couple of tweets for the whole Kowloon Walled City thing about Stray, which kind of complicates the discussion a teensy bit. Could I trouble you for those tweets in a DM so that we could maybe spend a little bit of time tomorrow unpacking that? Because the body clock is saying that, like, I'm gonna need to do a bio break soon, so I am gonna need to put a bow on things. As much as I would like to podcast a little bit more, because this has actually been kind of fun. Don't always get to do this type of particular back and forth. I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier to focus on sometimes than trying to throw missiles at glowy yellow women. But that is going to put a bow on things. The other thing I say all the time that I do mean, and I want to make sure that even if you don't believe this, like at least just take it away with you and just, you know, keep it on a shelf for when you can. But there are a lot of people that are rooting for you. There are a lot of people in community here and in your spaces elsewhere that want the best life for you. I am just one of those people. Just one. But there's other folks out there too. The imposter syndrome, it can be a thing, and the way that if you've got issues with depression, that it can be easy to tear yourself down and to not think that you deserve the love that you're getting from other people, but they do love you, they do respect you, and you deserve to be getting it. So please take that with you as well at the end of every stream, but particularly tonight. But I super duper gotta go, or else my bladder's gonna explode, and that would be gross. So, my dears, from me, Disco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, arigasamdata, sayonara, see you, and ciao.